Take a good look at this. This channel, Meow Mamas, is getting 30 million views a month, earning up to an estimated $119,000 per month. Now look at this one, Meow Relax. It has fewer subscribers, but is still pulling in 27 million views and earning up to $107,000 a month. Even smaller channels are earning up to $33,000 a month with the same simple strategy. Heartwarming AI cat stories. You've seen the results, and today I'm giving you the entire professional blueprint to do it yourself. This isn't a quick trick. This is the complete A to Z masterclass, showing you my entire workflow. If you want to build a channel just like this, do not skip a single second of this video. Let's get to work. Alright, let's begin on the computer screen. You can use whichever browser you prefer for this process. First, you'll need to search for Gemini. While you can use ChatGPT, I personally use Gemini, but the choice is yours. Next, I've provided a file in the description below that contains a very detailed master prompt. You'll need to copy that entire prompt, and once you have, I recommend reading it carefully to understand it. You can then make modifications to suit your own methods. Once you're in Gemini, select the Pro model, paste the prompt, and press Enter. After you submit it, Gemini will process and understand all the instructions we've provided. After that, you'll need to go to your competitors' channels. Your task is to find 3 of their best performing videos and get the share links. It's fine if the videos are from different channels. I've designed the prompt to first take inspiration from these examples before creating completely original stories for us. You need to get the links for any 3 of their best videos and provide them to Gemini. Gemini will then thoroughly analyze these videos to understand their structure and content strategy. It's important to note that we are not copying any of these videos. We are simply gathering ideas and inspiration. For this kind of analysis, I've found that Gemini works much better than ChatGPT because it's directly integrated with YouTube. As you can see, Gemini has provided a detailed analysis explaining everything about the competitor videos, what's in them, which parts they use, and the overall style of video they're making. Now, as instructed in the prompt, it will create original stories for us. A full video of this type is usually a compilation of different parts, so I instructed Gemini to create 6 parts, with each part having a minimum of 14 scenes. It has now provided the summaries for each of those parts. Next, I'll give it another prompt, telling it that I've approved the story concepts and that it should now provide the specific image and animation prompts for part 1 based on that story. As you can see, it has generated all the necessary scenes for part 1. For each scene, it has provided 2 distinct prompts, an image prompt and, right below it, an animation prompt. This means our workflow will be to first generate a static image and then bring it to life with the corresponding animation. Since I requested a minimum of 14 scenes, it has created exactly 14 scenes for this part. Next, you'll need to open a new tab and go to Google's Whisk. Simply search for it and click the first link that appears. Now, I should mention that Whisk is only available in certain countries. If it isn't available in yours, you will need to use a VPN. My personal recommendation is NordVPN, and I've left a link in the description. In my experience, it works perfectly for accessing geo-restricted tools like this. Once you're on the site, sign in with your Pro account. Now, I'll copy the image generation prompt from my Gemini document and paste it here. As it begins to generate, let's quickly look at the settings. You have the seed number, which you can lock for consistency. You can also select the model to adjust the quality, and here are the aspect ratios and sizes, allowing you to create portrait, landscape, or square images and videos. As you can see, it has now created an image based on our prompt. Take a look at the result. If you're happy with it, that's great. If not, you can use the Refine option above to make changes. For example, if you wanted to change the cat's fur color, you could provide a new prompt here. Next to that is the Animate button. On Whisk, you can create unlimited images for free, but animations cost 10 credits each. Since I have 1,000 credits, that means I can create 100 animations. I'll now copy the animation prompt from Gemini and paste it here to start the animation. While you can use other image and animation platforms, I personally like Whisk, and the general process is similar for most AI tools. Okay, this will take a few seconds to process. While that's working, let's talk about the perfect tool for our next step, assembling all these clips. A huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, VideoProc Converter. For creators focused on AI visuals, VideoProc is an essential all-in-one tool. AI video generators often output in lower resolutions, and that's where VideoProc's best feature, AI Super Resolution, comes in. It lets you upscale your clips to stunning 4K quality and even stabilizes them. Beyond just upscaling, it's a complete toolkit to download, convert, compress, record, and edit your videos, all in one place. It's fantastic for optimizing video quality and size, and it saves computer resources with fast, hardware-accelerated processing. So, if you want to elevate your AI video projects, I highly recommend it. You can try VideoProc Converter for free and grab their special mid-year lifetime deal, where you buy one and get 4 licenses for free. Just click the very first link in the description to get that offer. I want to quickly revise a few things again. Whisk is only available in some countries, so you may need a VPN. Secondly, it uses credits for animation, so a pro account is necessary. If you don't have a pro account, you can watch my previous video where I explain how to get one for free using the student offer. Alright, our animation is ready. Let me play it for you once. As you can see, the animation has been done perfectly. Now, before we download this, I want to share a very important tip for your workflow. Always create your folders in a proper sequence before you start. You can see my main folder is Cat Video, and inside it I have subfolders for each of the 6 parts of my video. This organization will be incredibly useful later in the process. For now, I will save all my Part 1 scenes into this Part 1 folder. I'll download the video, go to the folder, and immediately rename it to S1 for Scene 1. I'm going to follow this sequence so that we don't face any difficulties during the final edit. To make this process even faster, I'll show you how to batch your work. I'm going to close this and open 4 separate Whisk tabs, signing into each one with the same account. This method will allow you to make your work 4 times faster. I'll go back to my Gemini document, take the image prompt for the next scene, and paste it into the first tab. Then I'll take the following prompt and paste it into the second tab, and so on. To make this process highly efficient, I have 4 separate Whisk tabs open. My workflow is simple. I'll go back to my Gemini document, copy the image prompt for the next scene, and paste it into the first Whisk tab to start generating. Then, I'll immediately move to the second tab, copy the prompt for the second scene, and repeat the process. I'll do this for all 4 tabs, which allows me to generate 4 different scenes in parallel. The great thing about this method is that by the time I've entered the 4th prompt, the images in the first tab have already finished generating and are ready for the next step. Now, for each completed scene, I'll select the image I like best. After that, I'll return to my Gemini document, find the corresponding animation prompt for that scene, copy it, and paste it into the Animate field in Whisk to start the animation. While that first animation is rendering, I can move on to the second tab and repeat the process with its image and animation prompt. By doing this across all 4 tabs, I can make my workflow 4 times faster because we are generating 4 scenes simultaneously. Now when I go back to the first tab, you can see the animation for my first scene is already complete. I am showing you the complete sequence here. Once it's ready, I'll download the file, go to my project folder, and rename it to S2, which stands for Scene 2, to keep everything organized. Okay, so I will now repeat that same process for the remaining scenes, downloading Scene 3, Scene 4, and so on. Remember, Scene 1 was done separately, but the workflow is the same. You just need to continue animating the images, scene by scene, across all 4 tabs. As you can see here, all 14 of my scenes for Part 1 have now been animated and are completely ready. It's important that you also work this way, part by part and scene by scene, so that your project remains in a perfect sequence, which will prevent any problems later on. As I specified in my prompt to Gemini, I have a total of 14 scenes for this first part, and my final video will have 6 parts in total. My plan is to compile the videos from these 6 unique mini-stories to create one complete longer video. This is a successful format that you'll notice our competitors are also using. Now, I want to show you something important I did here. I noticed that the original animation prompt for Scene 10 was very basic, just a few words. I wasn't satisfied with it, so I gave Gemini a new instruction. Your animation prompts are very basic, so provide me a detailed prompt. And as you can see, Gemini then provided a much more detailed and descriptive animation prompt for that same scene. You should do this as well. If you are not happy with a result, use your own creativity to improve it. Don't just copy my steps exactly. The more creativity you apply, the better your final work will be. Let me show you that I have quickly prepared all 6 of the video parts. And as you can see, they are all in a clear sequence. Each part is in its own folder, and inside, all the scenes are correctly ordered. Now, let's open our video editor, CapCut, and start a new project. Here, I'll demonstrate the main benefit of organizing your files this way. I'll select all of the clips for part 1 and drag and drop them directly into the timeline. Because I've already renamed them in the correct order, I don't need to arrange them forward or backward at all. They automatically fall into a perfect sequence, just like our story. This saves a huge amount of time during the editing process. Okay? After that, you will need the audio assets, which you can also find in the video description. This includes background music and the cat and kitten sound effects. First, I'll take the background music and the kitten sounds and import them into CapCut. Now, to start, I'll bring the cat's voices down to the audio timeline. Here, I'll do some settings adjustments. I'll trim it a bit. The first 2 sounds are the ones I like, so I will quickly trim them. Then I'll move to the next one. I like this sound as well, so I'll trim it in the same way and make some timing adjustments to decide exactly when I need each sound to play. Now, I will make a compound clip of them, okay? Now it's the same process again. I have to adjust their timing. I've adjusted them first, and now I am arranging them in sequence again on the voice timeline. Okay, now all these things are in front of you. From here, you should lower or raise the volume a little bit according to your preference, so it doesn't create too much noise in the video. Now, you see, the sound effects are ready. Now it's time for our background music. So first, I will bring in this background music track. Almost all the people who are working on YouTube in this niche are using this same music. I will trim the first part of it a little. Here, I will add a fade in. Okay? You can adjust this according to your preference, however you want to do it. Next, I will bring in my second background music track. I will also apply a fade into it in the same way and adjust some of its settings. Similarly, you have to reduce its volume. All right, a large part of our video is now complete. But I want to show you a few more things, specifically how you can add more layers of sound. I'll take the clips from another part of our story, part 3 for instance. Because the video files are already sequentially named, I can simply drag and drop them into the timeline, and they will automatically be in the correct order. I'll do the same with the sound effects, copying the compound clip of the cat sounds and arranging it to match the new scenes. Now, let's add the specific sound effects that match these new scenes. All of these audio assets are available for you to download from the link in the description. For example, I'll add the bicycle sound effect to the scene where the cat is riding a bike, and I'll adjust its volume down so it fits nicely. For the beach scene, I'll add the sound of ocean waves. And for the barbecue scene, I'll add the sound of a grill. As you can see, the video is coming together perfectly. Now, what if you need sound effects that aren't in the asset pack? I'll show you how to generate prompts for them. Here in Gemini, you can see I've given it a new prompt. Now provide me sound effect prompts that I can use to generate audio in 11 Labs for all the scenes, if possible. I almost forgot a crucial step, adding transitions. To do this, simply navigate to the Transitions tab. Within this tab, locate and select the Overlay option. From there, find the black fade transition. Drag and drop this transition between 2 of your clips. After placing the transition, you'll see an Apply to All option. Click this, and the transition will automatically be added between every clip in your timeline. Now, let me play it for you to demonstrate the impressive effect this creates.